Middle Tennessee's only primetime news. Fox 17 News at 9.
I am confident we have prepared a budget that will allow us to do more with less.
Nashville Mayor Karl Dean's first budget has no new taxes, but it does call for layoffs. First on Fox, the mayor says Nashville residents have to live within their means during a tight budget year.
Tonight, he outlined his $1.5 billion budget to council members, a spending plan that's actually a little bit lower than last year's. Among the key points, no new taxes and millions of dollars for school improvements. But about 200 Metro employees would lose their jobs. Fox 17's Sky Arnold breaks down the budget first on Fox tonight.
Mayor Dean's first budget won't empty your wallet.
I am not proposing any new taxes,
but he says it will address the city's top priorities, education and public safety.
Fundamentally, for the future of this city, we have got to get this right. This is our opportunity to do it, to begin that process and to begin it in a strong way, and I'm excited about it.
It's why the big winners in the budget proposal are schools, police, and the fire department. The mayor is proposing giving Metro schools an additional $29 million. The fire department would receive 3 new ambulances, and the police department would be fully staffed, something Chief Ronald Surpass says helps cut crime.
We've added another flex team this March, which gives the commanders another tool to go to hot spots to deal with crime.
Those improvements do come with some costs.
That should worry not just the employees, but it should also worry taxpayers who get services from those 200 people.
Mark Nacareto with the Service Employees Union is talking about expected layoffs. The mayor's budget calls for possibly 200 city employees to lose their job. Plus, almost all departments will see budget cuts, many 5% or more, and the city's grants will be cut 10%. Those reductions even include a 5% cut for the agency that runs Metro General Hospital.
They've already decided to cut 5%, but we don't know what the state's going to do. So we may be looking at a 10, 15, 20% cut, which will be devastating for General Hospital.
Still, the mayor says these cuts are needed in a tight budget. He says Nashville has to live within its means.
and we have acted in the best interest of all Nashville citizens by living within our means and by putting the services we provide the public before the services the government provides itself.
Sky Arnold, Fox 17 News.
Mayor Dean is also proposing saving $3 million by streamlining government and eliminating some offices. Metro Council will now take a look at the budget and must pass it by the end of
Your
June.
news and information leader, Tennessee's first local news in high definition. This is News Channel 5 at 4.
Nashville also faces its share of painful cutbacks. Mayor Karl Dean's budget proposal could lead to as many as 200 Metro layoffs. Members of the union that represents those workers, well, they're trying to keep those jobs intact. Mayor Dean says tough economic times lead to tough decisions.
We get caught up in the rhetoric of numbers and dollars and cents and forget there's a human impact.
But that's part of what you have to do when you're making these hard decisions about how you live within your means. And I'm certainly very sympathetic. It's something I take very seriously, but it's what we had to do.
And a reminder, Mayor Dean is our guest the first Wednesday of every month for Open Line over on News Channel 5 Plus, Cable Channel 50.
Middle Tennessee's only primetime news. Fox 17 News at 9.
Well, the state is not the only government agency that is now preparing for layoffs. Metro officials are releasing some of the details tonight on the 200 city workers who are about to lose their jobs.
We are told those layoffs will affect employees on both ends of the pay scale, but not necessarily the uppermost end. Fox 17 Sky Arnold joins us live from the Metro Courthouse with that story. Sky?
Well, Laura, the Department of Human Resources is still in the process of putting together a list of who's getting laid off and who isn't. But they tell us, as of now, they don't believe any of those folks are on this list. It's the top 200 paid employees in all of Nashville, folks who all make more than $100,000 a year.
We believe that metropolitan government is a family.
Dot Berry's job title might as well be matchmaker.
We're trying to take care of our own employees.
Nashville's Human Resources Director is trying to find new jobs within city government for the 200 people who are about to be laid off.
It's a mix of all positions, from upper management to the lowest positions in metro government.
Barry tells Metro Council she's already helped as many as 60 employees, but as it turns out, none of them are on this list of Metro's top 200 salaries. Barry says she's yet to hear of any of them losing their jobs. We asked the union that represents Metro employees what it thinks about that.
You don't solve the problems or make government more efficient by firing the people that actually do the work on the ground every day.
Looking closer at those top earners, you'll notice something else. 9 of the top 17 all work for Nashville Electric Service.
Those salaries are not just pulled out of thin air.
Spokesperson Lori Parker says the salaries, even the $257,000 NES President DeCosta Jenkins earns, were recommended by a study that looked at what cities across the country were paying.
Chances are, if someone here wanted to find a higher paying job doing the same thing elsewhere, they could do it. But we do have to try to keep things as competitive as we can within reason.
Those competitive salaries add up to $1.6 million for just 9 employees during a time when budget concerns are forcing 200 who make much less out of a job, and hoping this woman can help them find a new one.
I'm confident that we'll be able to place the majority of our employees. My goal is that we place all employees.
Now, if you're wondering why the city doesn't just cut some of those higher-end salaries, lower them a little bit, if you will, well, we're told the city can't because it operates under a civil service procedure, and that prohibits it. Laura?
Sky, is there a procedure that the city is using to determine who loses a job?
Yeah, we asked them, how they're going about this process. What they tell us is they're trying to cut vacant positions first and then make cuts based on seniority, who's been here the least amount of time.
All right, Sky Arnold, live at the Metro Courthouse. Thanks for that report, Sky. Now, if you're wondering, Mayor Karl Dean doesn't even crack the top 40 earners in Metro. His $136,500 a year salary is the 43rd
Fox
highest.
17 News at 9.
Really, the citizens of Nashville spoke up.
City leaders have tonight decided how to spend your tax money, a decision that is good for schools, police, and some bus riders, but may leave other departments in a bit of a money crunch. Good evening, everybody. I'm Scott Couch.
And I'm Stacey Kaysen for Laura Faber tonight. First on Fox, Metro Council makes an important last-minute change as it passes the city's budget.
Now, this budget will continue to have extra money for schools, a fully funded staffed police department, and major cuts to most other city departments. But it will also help to keep a few bus routes open as well. Fox 17 Sky Arnold's been with the council tonight and is here with the story.
Well, Scott, really, this is the only major change that the council made to the mayor's $1.5 billion budget. Originally, MTA was going to cut 7 routes and limit an 8th to save money. Well, tonight some council members say that plan just wasn't popular with those they represent. That story is first on Fox tonight.
Louise Taravella depends on her bus route.
Well, I'd have to walk to Dickerson Road, and I have arthritis, and it kind of be hard for me to walk that far.
That mile walk to another route was a very real possibility until this vote by Metro Council.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
It approved the city's budget with a last-minute change to give about $1 million back to MTA, money that's expected to help save Taravella's East Nashville route, along with one in Antioch, and prevent reductions along the 8th Avenue route.
Really, the citizens of Nashville spoke up. I mean, at the MTA public hearings, at the council's hearing, people came and said public transportation is important to us, and the council listened.
Some of the money to save those routes came from cutting $100,000 from the Adventure Science Center, a decision some council members say wasn't easy.
That one is particularly difficult, but we're hopeful that we can restore some of the bus transit across the city.
Because we had so many disabled people, students, people who are working families and working individuals who have the bus as their only transportation.
The final budget isn't without its critics, though.
But we have missed the mark, council members.
It fully funds Metro schools, but some support staff will not receive raises.
And we have employees who are having to drop long-term insurance and short-term insurance just to bring those premiums home on their paychecks.
In a tight budget year, some departments are having to cut back. Cuts that, as of now, won't force Louise to start walking.
It'll be a lot easier. Just catch the bus and just come on to work.
Now, another big part of the budget initially was going to be 200 layoffs. Well, tonight we're told through reassigning people to other positions, the city is able to reduce that to fewer than 30 jobs lost, 30 employees laid off, that is. And, you know, obviously that's something council members are pretty concerned about as well.
Well, they got a lot of heat over that, so that's a big news item too.
Right.
Thank you, Sky.